All right, what's up, friends? My name is Justin Ryder. I'm a commercial real estate broker and content creator based right here in the great state of Kentucky. Thank you for joining today. In today's video, I'll be discussing some killer commercial real estate content pieces that I have pulled out of LinkedIn or Twitter and saved or bookmarked. Now, what we're gonna be doing with these pieces is analyzing them, trying to pull takeaways from the passionate stuff that people are saying, and then talking about how you can potentially replicate these posts and use them as templates if you're trying to build distribution yourself or get better at social media. A lot of my DMs, let's say 50%, are from people in the commercial real estate space, and they're saying, I really want to dive into more consistent posting. Use these posts today, create templates, use the ideas, put them in your own voice, and send it. Okay, so here are the 6 posts that I have saved basically in Q2 or going a little bit back that will help you think, create, and get better at your craft. Let's dive in. All right, my number 1 post is from a creator that has sort of burst on the scene, obviously a very accomplished and experienced broker. His name is Tyler Bindi. He sells single tenant net lease buildings around the country, and I'm calling his post, "Interest rates are not the issue, you're the issue." So he says, interest rates are not the only reason properties aren't selling. Great line, great opener right away. You got my attention. Brokers are a big reason why properties aren't selling. Brokers got lazy in 2020 to 2022. Whatever they threw on the market sold. There was no strategy, no adjusting, no communicating feedback with sellers. It was easy then, and now it is hard. This is sort of what I'm talking about. The people that are still here are fighting hard, and it's no longer easy, but they're in it to win it. Brokers need to communicate with sellers weekly what the market is saying, what new properties are being listed at, and what properties are actually selling. My favorite line from this is simply, it was easy, and now it's hard. Now, buried in here is one extremely rich and easy takeaway that you can do today, especially if you're a broker, or even if you're a principal and you're talking about investors. Communicate daily. Open the lines of communication when stuff is getting tough. Be absolutely honest. I just pitched one of the biggest listings of my career, which is a multifamily portfolio around the state of Kentucky. And we were right on the edge of where to price it. And honestly, it was the hardest thing about it because I really want the listing. And what we chose to do was be realistic. In this case, that basically meant a 7 3/4 pushing 8 cap on some specific assets in the portfolio. And the honesty made all the difference. I think we're gonna get it. This is a perfect type of a post to replicate. Go ahead and do it. Find something that you think everybody's blaming in commercial real estate, like interest rates, and figure out what's really going on beneath the surface. Share the strategy, share your thoughts, see what happens. All right, my Canadian friend, Dayma Itamunoala, is up next. He's a multifamily broker with Colliers and a media enthusiast. He's got a great podcast. He's a great follow on LinkedIn. The post that I saved of his is called, I helped clients sell $263 million in 2023 in a crazy down market. Really incredible to share. And then he goes on to communicate a 5-step blueprint to sell 9 figures in 2024. So, are you listening? Are you ready? How to sell 9 figures in 2024. This is super cool. I've used this framework, he says, to close 30 apartment deals over $5 million, secure 10 listings in 2024. Okay, recruit AAA talent. I love it. Number 1, no unpriced bid dates. This isn't 2021. 2, pick up your phone. Phones are greater than email blast every single time. 3, turn over stones. Look for new buyers. 4, this is the key one for me. This is my number 1 takeaway from this post. Reduce the friction. I'm currently working on a development deal in Scott County, Kentucky that I've been buried in the details of literally for 3 years. And it's set to close tomorrow. When you see this, it will hopefully, please, already be closed. Regardless, reducing the friction and communicating with the various parties has been the key to getting this deal to the finish line. Yes, that is a phrase for 2024. Reduce friction. Love it, Dayma. Killer, man. Now, the other thing is he's got this incredible handwritten paper that sums all this up. I see that ultra influencer Matt Gray doing this type of stuff, and he brought it into commercial real estate. I am definitely going to steal this, and soon. So if you have nice handwriting out there and you would help me steal this, please, let's make one of these. All right, next up as a palate cleanser is Chad Griffiths' industrial video on Mario. If you don't know or follow Chad on all these platforms, especially YouTube, he's amazing. He's become a buddy of mine, and he's the most passionate guy about industrial real estate that I think is out there completely. Interviews, facts, knowledge, plans, pictures, whatever on industrial that you want, he's got it out there. But he did this insanely little entertaining video on how Mario got his name, as in the Nintendo character.
The original Donkey Kong arcade game featured this little pudgy carpenter, and Nintendo was trying to come up with a name for him. This was in the 1980s.
How did he edit
And one
this?
day their team was sitting inside their 60,000 square foot
Chad, kudos
warehouse
to you,
just
brother.
outside of
Super
Seattle.
cool. Man, take a second and subscribe to Chad's YouTube channel because he's got some great stuff. All right, Paul Shannon is a real estate investor, multifamily operator, and fund manager. I've been following him for a while. I call this post excellent waiting, and it's honestly become a theme for me in 2024, and I'll talk more about that in a second. But Paul says, I've had the opportunity to reposition multiple 40+ unit apartment communities with sub 60% occupancy, reducing vacancy to close to zero. Here's how I'd approach the next one to be successful in any part of the cycle. So out there in the commercial real estate world right now, you've got people that are posting on how to be successful in a down cycle, in a slow time. You've also got posts that are like, look, these are principles that work in any cycle, which I really like. Here's a couple that he mentioned that I won't forget. Number one, start by buying right. Number two, talk to the residents as part of your due diligence. Of course, I would say as a broker, you need to get the broker and or owner's permission to do this and do it in a very respectful, appropriate way. 6, be overcapitalized. 7, have multiple options in your business plan. This is the one that I really took away and loved. I really love that one. I was just recently talking with a very accomplished investor and asking him when he's gotten in trouble. And what he said to me was the only time I've ever gotten in trouble is on construction projects. Literally ground up construction where change orders were coming in, cost went up 30, 40%, and all of a sudden the deal looked completely different and the tenants can't afford the rent and it simply doesn't work. He ends with this saying, I haven't found a deal like this in 2 years. That leads me to rule number 8, be stoic. I'm perfectly content in saying no to an okay deal so I can say yes to a great deal. And that is the phrase of 2024 for me, which is that excellent waiting. Okay, brokers, listen up to this one. This is huge, seriously. This post will actually make you money. I have been really excited to share Moses Kagan's post. Moses being the mayor of the real estate Twitter community. He put out this incredible business idea post that I am currently engaged in doing and will share actually on this channel. Moses said, business idea for those living in areas with lots of for sale real estate development. Okay, so think units coming to market or new supply. He says, create a thoughtful video text reviews of each new development coming online. Post on social. Drive social traffic to the website where you capture emails. Use email newsletters to educate prospective buyers. Read the buying prices and thereby recruit clients for buy-side brokerage. Leverage the above into listings for new communities. Love it. So we're currently engaged in actually doing this very thing in Central Kentucky. And in my county, Fayette County, there are about 4,000 and change new units or new supply coming to market. For our next newsletter to our investors and clients in the multifamily world, we'll be profiling 3 specific apartment complexes that are new. One in the ground up stage, one where ground is broken, and the last one, affordable housing where appliances are coming in. And we feel like profiling those 3 and all of the other supply will really allow us to help and serve owners. So I actually took this idea and put it right into practice. All right, very last post of today. Thank you for watching now. I might have saved the best for last, and I think all of the other nominees would agree. I said nominees as if people care to be on this list, which I'm not pretending that they do. However, the #1 post that I bookmarked or saved so far this year is Sean Ward's ultra real post on life. It did go ultra viral, probably because it's actually honest and straightforward, because life is happening to everyone we do business with. Almost everyone that's posting glamorous, perfect, Instagrammy type posts is experiencing real life at home in their family and their friends. And Sean just brings that to light. And look, you might be thinking, I'm gonna replicate this and write something super vulnerable online. Yeah, I don't know that I would just jump right into that. But once you've won an audience and you've gained credibility based on your character, your audience definitely wants to get to know you personally. And so Sean is, of course, an expert in Southern California industrial real estate, but he's also passionate about making the sales life a better life. So it starts with this quote where someone says to him, like, wow, I'm shocked. Of all the people I know, I really thought you had it all together. Of course, so many of us would say that. He says, a buddy of mine said that to me this week. Apologies if I've come across like I have it all together. Sometimes it's great, and sometimes I'm a mess. And he goes on to sort of just say this, tons of anxiety. My kids fight a lot. Pretty sure my 13-year-old hates me. I often wonder if my last 25 years of grinding through life was worth it. Feels like my energy is draining, but I'm no closer to a finish line. So he goes through the end, and I'll link this so you can take a look at it, but he's basically saying if you're struggling, reach out to a friend and talk about it. All of these ideas, disease, divorce, suicide, bankruptcy, depression, addiction, all of them are a recipe for an existential crisis. Sorry for the downer post, but life is tough. Someone actually reached out to me recently, really to ask about my personal priorities. And I realized I post so much about real estate, but not really about my own why. I was really excited to share with him and pumped to share on this video that if your vision ends with selling or leasing buildings, you'll be disappointed and you're gonna disappoint people for sure. And sadly, it'll be the people that are most likely closest to you. It's my personal belief that you need something bigger in your life to feed. Faith for me, family for me. Those are personally items for me that I know my vision doesn't end there. And by the way, one of the biggest things that he said that I thought was so true is it's endless demands on your time, attention, and money. And if you get anything from this video, take yourself out of that environment for 15 to 20 minutes a day. Journal, pray, think, read. Put yourself in a place where no one is demanding your time and attention for a minute and just be. Summer, hopefully, is a perfect time to do it. So Sean, kudos to you, brother. Thanks for helping us improve the sales life with your wisdom. Okay, my friends, that was 6 posts that I have bookmarked or saved recently and why I like them. Go ahead, drop one in the comments that I missed below. Would love to hear from you. Is there a post that you have bookmarked or saved whose style you think I'm going to replicate that and continue to build my own audience and distribution? Thanks for tuning in this week. We will catch you next week in a brand new video on improving the sales life, commercial real estate, content, creativity, deal making. We'll get it done. See you next week.